Some reminiscences of my youth. When I was 14, I found out I was colorblind. This wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't on the first day as an apprentice electrician in the port and dock boards, which is a big thing in Ireland then because of the shipping and the cargo and the central distribution through the canals to the rest of Ireland. My dream was to be an electrician. My dream was shattered that day. I remember 3 weeks later going to the doctor, waiting 45 minutes, paying my 10 punt Irish pound to go in. She asked me why I'm there, and short version is I say to her, will I ever be able to drive a car? And she looked at this kid, this redhead, snotty, pale-faced little kid, asked me what the colour of her blotting paper was, asked me what the velvet colour tint of her jacket was, and then asked me, what was your question? You know, kids live through a lot of humiliations. Anyway, it's how I ended up becoming a draftsman right after the leaving certificate with the Jones Group. And for 4 years, going to Bolton Street at night, so that for 2 years, I could go to the College of Technology and obtain my diploma in environmental engineering services. It's now the University of Dublin. My diploma is a degree and more. I came to Canada and I became a professional engineer. And the reason I'm mentioning this to you is because these are the most important things of the least important things in my life. Jack, my father, Captain Blood, John, was a gentle, huggy bear of a man who loved his wife, and he loved his drink. And in Ireland, as you should know, yes, we drink strongly, but there are no alcoholics in Ireland. There are functional, heavy drinkers. He never missed a day's work in his life. He drank with Ned, my uncle, married to Mary, as she would say, Margaret's sister, Peggy, my ma. And Ned would drink with Brendan Behan. You should Google that name if you're not Irish. A literary giant. And he drank with Flann O'Brien. Flann O'Brien wrote one of my favorite books. And what I really liked about it was that all the literary conventions he not only ignored, but he disparaged. It's one of the 100 top books ever written, and I don't think anyone who's not Irish can ever understand it. And it's a joy that they miss. I would have loved to drink with Miles Nagapaleen, columnist at the Irish Times, fluently bilingual in Gaelic, and my favorite author. James Joyce, favorite author. These are the people we are from. These are the majestic parts of growing up in Ringsend in the 1960s and 70s. Peggy and Jack did such a marvelous thing for me. And that's why I talk about them first. And that's why I will tell you many more. Peggy was an extraordinary woman. To give you an idea, 1,500 people overflowing to the church and at the graveside attended my ma's funeral. She was known in so many ways as a neighbor, nanny, Margaret, Mrs. Blood, and brother and sister and aunt. She was the woman who took in my cousins when they became pregnant at 15, 16, and 17 because they were thrown out by their fathers, her brothers. I would be studying at the table, and in front of me would be a pregnant, unwed teenager who I found to be a slight irritation because I was studying for my leaving certificate, what I thought was the most important thing as a 17-year-old, my future. I should have paid far more close attention to my then present. I think that's all I want to say here, because there's so much more to say. Thank you for listening. I do appreciate it.